Digital hoarding. Digital hoarding. So
explain the term.
do you have a skybox?
I know where you're going with this.
Do you have a skybox?
I religiously delete other people's stuff. Right.
You do it. I do it. Do you have a skybox?
2 terabyte box.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it nearly full?
No, it's not actually.
Because my mum called me the other day and said,
ਪੁੱਤ ਮੇਰਾ ਟੀਵੀ freeze ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ. I pressed the red button to record. ਸਾਰਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ.
swear to God, she called me and she said, you know,
wait.
you know, Indy, I've got this. What did you just do?
Oh,
you break your timer.
Timer. That happened live on the podcast. That's not good, man.
That's fantastic.
I can't even see it.
That beep was like, that's it. All right, I'm done now. That's it. Done.
No, great 15 pounds spent there. Is this you doing remote technical support for your mum?
This was remote technical support.
Oh, yeah.
So mum called me. And I love my mum.
Phone a video.
Mum, you know I love you.
Phone
right?
a video.
It's fine. Okay. She calls me in the vid because she's deaf. She says, subtitles aren't working on my TV. I was like, oh, okay. She said it was working yesterday. I said, I don't know, mum. Have you tried turning it on and off again? Because normally, genuinely,
most things.
It normally fixes it. She said, yeah, maybe. She said, also, none of my recordings are recording. And I was like, okay. And she said, you know, I've got all these scheduled, but nothing's coming through. I said, Mum, when was the last time you cleared out the skybox? And she was like, yeah, maybe I should do that. I was like, yeah, I think you should. Because the last time I cleared it out was when I had my ear operation. That was like 6 months ago.
Whoa. 6 months is not a long time to get it formatted.
But I cleared out some.
Not the whole thing.
But Mum's got Series Link on stuff. Like it just downloads stuff in bulk.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Which skybox do they have?
I don't know.
Q? Is it a new one?
Yeah,
Q?
yeah. Sky
Right,
Q.
okay, fine. So my understanding, I mean, we don't watch that much Sky. I mean, a lot of us now just watch on-demand stuff. But even on Sky, the value recording now, because you can just watch everything on demand, you don't really
Not
need to do it.
necessarily. There's some things live, like let's say a rare film comes on TV, you can't get that on demand.
But I'm talking about the series. The series.
Yeah,
thing.
series it is, but like rare film stuff you can't. So then she's going through it. I said, "What have you got?" She said, "Yes, I've got The Hobbit on here. I'm not really going to watch that, am I?" I said, "Mum, you're not going to watch it. Just delete it." She's like, "Okay." She really struggles to delete things.
As in physically pressing delete.
Like it, I think a part of it just makes her upset. Like, oh, I've got intentions of watching this, but that list gets so long. She's like, "No, leave it." For example, I do the same thing to a lesser extent. So I've got emails come through that are newsletters telling me about like the world, telling me about like financial news, just normal things
you want to read,
and I want to read them, but I don't get time to read them because when you sit and read them, it's an investment of like about 5-10 minutes. And like when I get a spare 5-10 minutes, but you tend to get like a spare minute or two here and there
because you fill your time, isn't it? Yeah.
So I'm like, shit, I've let that balloon up to 30 emails, and I'm like, I need to get rid of like 15 of them now, or like 20, and then I can go back to having a respectable amount, and then maybe I can read through those. But everyone's guilty of this now. Digital hoarding's worse. Think about it. iPhone storages are getting bigger and bigger, aren't they? We had we back in the day, it used to be 16, 32, 64. Now it's 128 standard.
You're talking about the phone, man. But
I'm talking about gig.
Everyone does iCloud now, isn't
they do, but their phone's still massively.
Yeah, phone's massive,
stored.
but I mean we're on 2 terabyte plans now.
Yeah, but it's
Google
still
Drive
But that's hoarding, man. Are you telling me you need that really? Who has 2 terabytes of useful shit in their normal day-to-day life?
See, my Google Drive. I mean, I'm not at 2 terabytes, but there was a lot of stuff on there which.
See, I'm at 1 terabyte, useful. But a lot of that is our recordings and stuff, and it's a lot of backups. That's what I use it for. But we're not like normal people who have like, for example, if you go on a night out, people take 100 photos.
Yeah. 60
or 70 of them are the same, but they just won't delete them.
Yeah.
How many times have you taken a photo, gone through it, and just been like, I don't like that. I like that particular one. Never.
Well, I have a ritual for this. So a lot of my stuff, which is like, let's talk about photos and videos, will go on my Google Drive anyway, not my phone. The second thing I do, and it normally is a thing I do before we take off from a plane or when we land. I just do it.
Oh, you do it in bulk on there.
Yeah.
Thing is, man, when you look back at your phone, you're like, oh, this is like old memories you kind of sometimes don't want to go into. Like you see old family members, you're like, fuck's sake. All right, let's delete that. And then at the end of it, I'm like, I wish I didn't go down that pathway. Right? And people say this online. A lot of them say, I don't go through my pictures because it's like, oh, iPhone memories say, look, here's your memories. And you're like, great, look at this piece of trauma that happened to you like 6 years ago. That you were friends with this person.
With happy iPhone music.
Yeah, it's like happy music. And you're like, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this at all. But let's play a quick game.
Go.
How many photos do you think I've got on my phone and videos? So give me the total number that you think I have. Huh?
5,000.
Close.
Okay.
4,500.
No, it's not. It's pretty good.
That's rounding up. 4,500.
Good.
Yeah.
That's quite
That's
nice.
a large amount. Guess how much storage I've got left on my phone? I got given a storage alert the other day, so I closed some stuff out.
We're talking gig?
Gigs.
Gigs left, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so 10 gig.
I have 16 gig left
16.
out of
which
128.
Which used to be an iPhone, didn't it? So
That's a lot of shit that I need to clear out,
shit,
and I don't know how to clear it. So it's going to take me a while to clear that out.
Just do what we call a factory reset and just wipe
I'm not doing a
everything,
factory
and you go
reset,
on to
man.
zero.
Some of these pictures are. I've started making albums of shit, like putting pictures into shared into like set albums. And I can pull that album
So
out.
we have a system for this now as well, because
They
we do
can
not- we don't-
Hoard optimization, did they?
Absolutely, man. It's about systems and processes, man.
Fun,
Right. So
fun.
I mean, the key thing I love about Google Drive is you can
The
create-
photos aspect of it that pulls it in
the,
view.
the endless folder system you can use to hyper organize things. But obviously, it's all searchable, which is great. Like I have a new thing I do now where if I go into a folder which has many folders, there'll be one or two folders which are more commonly used than not.
Yeah.
So that folder will be colored red. So for example, we're going on holiday, we're going Greece, right? So in my holidays folder, I've got loads of holidays going on. Greece is the next one, that's in red. My eye goes straight there, don't need to think about it, don't need to control F.
Because that's your next one.
Or for example, say on our investment property, we've got compliance, right? So like the...
KYC, all that shit, background checks.
Yeah, not that. I mean, letting agent does that. What was I going to say? Yeah, the GSC, the gas safety or the electrical, so
All the
whatever it might be.
certificates.
So then when I go into that folder, and this is the same for any compliance, little tip for you guys, is I have a current folder and then I have a basically previous. Within the previous, you'll then have folders for years, 18, 19, 19, 20, 21, 22, whatever is example in previous. But then the current folder would have just this year's, the current compliance. That will be in red.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I get too excited when I talk about Google Drive.
I can tell, man. Look at this
I
guy.
love Google Drive, and I teach people how to use Google Drive and just optimize their life with
There
it.
we go.
It's just you should not. You don't really need to have anything in paper. Some things fine have it in paper, but they should always be a digital copy.
Have
that
you never
can-
thought that if the world goes down and the internet goes down, do you never think I'm fucked?
No, it's on the cloud.
Yeah, and the cloud goes down too, bruv.
Yeah, rare chance. I mean, I'm not saying I don't have paper copies of these, important documents, but
I do sit and think about that though. I do sit and think if the world goes down, there's no internet tomorrow,
apocalypse. Yeah,
everything would stop.
yeah, it would. Then we go back to what we were doing before.
What
Start
papers?
farming, and,
Writing it out.
kitty, and
Ketty work, let's
that's
go.
it, man. No more podcast.
Back to Punjab.
No one's gonna listen to this.
Oh
shit.
man, shit. No one's gonna do the podcast. Oh, I'll be sitting there in the corner rocking myself to sleep
Please.
every day. Bring it back.
Why did we start talking about Google Drive now?
Because you were talking about optimizations and we were talking about storage.
Shared
Storage on my
albums.
phone.
That's what I was going to say. Yes. So often, we go on lots of holidays and trips, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, I don't want. So, for example, my niece Ria. Okay, we celebrate birthday every year. It's like, so we got to a point where it's like, okay, Ria's 5th birthday, Ria's 6th birthday, Ria's 7th. Each one had a different shared album. I was like, that's too messy, man. I can't have all these people I have in my life and have shared albums for each of their birthdays or whatever. Make it one album. Game changer. Ria's birthday. All the birthday stuff goes into that. Mum's birthday. All the mum's birthday goes into that. One holiday. All the holiday stuff goes into that.
Look at this guy thinking that far ahead.
Yeah. Look at that.
Respect.
Did you read that?
I don't know why yours says greatness is a mindset individual Mac. Anyway,
There you go.
Goran
There
wants
you
subtle
go.
response. So for those who don't understand, we have two laptops here recording everything,
Yeah.
right? They both simultaneously went into screensaver mode because it's been bang on 20 minutes since we started this segment. His flagged up saying greatness is a mindset individual Mac. This guy is over the top. And on that note, I'm going to conclude this segment.